Hey guys, Zoom here. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Burning Man Stories. My first year at Burning Man, I got early entrance, so I came in as the city was being built, and so everyone's like, not everybody had gotten there yet. The event officially wasn't open. On opening day, it rained, and when it rains, like Burning Man, the organization, the BLM, Bureau of Land Management, they take care of the playa very seriously. So there's kind of certain things like you can't drive a vehicle over X miles an hour because it'll tear up the ground. After the event, they have a whole crew of people that literally go like arm to arm across the entire area of the event and clean up matter out of place. And this is, trash, things people left behind, because the playa where the event is held should be, when we leave, exactly as it was when we arrived. So one of the first days that I'm at Burning Man, it rains, and it's just coming down. I have an audio journal that I'm recording, and I say, like, can you hear the rain? And you can totally hear it pounding on my tent. So it's raining, and during this time, you're not allowed to drive on the playa because it creates a lot of mud, and if you're driving, like, your tires are just going to shred the ground. So they actually shut down the entrance gate, and I remember in my journal saying, like, I wonder if they closed Burning Man. And all my friends on the outside world were like, oh my god, Burning's been closed, we wonder if Amberly got in okay. But anyway, I digress. So I'm there, it's raining. Eventually it stops and people come out, and of course, we are sitting there in camp, just like looking around, looking at the playa with all the rain, and there's a couple people who are like totally butt strip naked, and they're having like a mud fight. They're like wrestling in the mud down the road, and they just come like skipping down the road, and they're all like muddy and dirty, and there's like 4 or 5 of them, and of course they see us and they say, hey, you guys want a hug? You want a hug? And of course we're like, oh no. And they start to leave, and I say, in the principle of, I have this idea in my head, and I'm like, I don't know if I should do it or not, but in the principle of immediacy and Burning Man, I say, hey guys, could I have a group hug? And they all just like, their faces light up, and they're like, oh yeah! And so all of them just run over and like grab me, and there's like a dick that slaps against my leg. I can feel it like right there, and they all just grabbed me. So I'm like being hugged, group hug style, by all these people covered in mud, and it was just so funny. I think there's some pictures of it around, but I'm totally glad I went for it. And so that's one of my best memories. For more memories and great stories, go on to the next episode.